Those how everybody think tacos are supposed to be lettuce, cheese, like sour cream, that type of stupid shit. No, it's really like just meat and then cilantro, maybe some guacamole at the top, and that's about it. And then maybe like pico de gallo. Other than that, you ain't getting nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, most of the shit's really just made American style. That's why I prefer to try to find places that actually serve authentic cuisine from wherever they're from.
Like, the first time I had Russian food, it was surprisingly good. Like, German and Russian food was surprisingly good. I didn't think it would be good, because, of course, on TV it looked bland and stuff, but that's why I like being in Atlanta and Savannah area, because you get to try different type of cuisines. And not just keep eating American.
Yeah, I know. I remember one time whenever I was in Atlanta, I think it was whenever I was hanging out with you, but I was with somebody else. Not you at that time, but I went to, I don't know, some big building in downtown Atlanta that has like a bunch of restaurants and shops and stuff in it. I can't think of what it is. It's really famous.
Is it called a mall?
No. It's not fuck you know, it's not a mall. I mean, it kind of is, but I mean, it's not literally a mall. It's literally like a giant building, but like on the roof, there's a little amusement park and a bar for adults.
I hope bars are for adults.
Uh-huh.
I think most bars are for adults.
No, I mean, like, the whole amusement park is like for adults.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, like they got like mini golf and all kinds of shit on top of the roof, and there's like a ride up there, I believe. But like, it was probably like, but anyways, I went to this place and like I got the best Chinese ever, and like it was like none of the shit on their menu was like anything you would ever see in any Chinese restaurant. Like I ordered like they have a different version, like their actual real version of like sweet and sour chicken and sweet and sour steak, and it was amazing. Like it wasn't, they actually like dehydrate the chicken almost, and like it's just real thin slices, but it was like super good.
Oh wow. I want to try that. May have to go to Atlanta to try that one day.
Yeah, I don't know how to think of the name of the building.
I mean, but to a certain extent, like, I learned that, like, a lot of people food, a lot of different cuisines, like, American food is really fattening wise. But if you actually try, like, that's why you look at other people, like, other, like, cuisines. A lot of people not really that fat. Because I feel like most people in America just eat till we get full compared to in most other places. Now, except Italy, because Italy got a whole bunch of like pasta, bread, and stuff. But like China and different places like that, you see a lot more skinny people.
Well, I mean, in America, we eat a lot of red meat. That's half our issue, and red meat actually takes a really long time compared to, like, chicken and stuff like that for our bodies to process. Like, I think it's like 3 or 4 days for our body to process red meat.
Oh, wow. I never knew that.
For, like, a decent amount, and even then it takes longer. It'll actually sit inside your stomach and intestines and stuff like that for even longer.
Well, I know, like, a lot of people don't properly eat steak the way they should. Because if you eat steak well done, throw away the steak.
Fuck you, don't pick on me.
For real? You eat
the
steak?
Only way I will not eat a steak well done is depending on the cut of meat, because I don't like fat. So for me, the only way I'll order it to where it'll be like medium rare is like a filet mignon, to where it has no fat on it really, or like a wagyu where it's real thin marbling, so that I don't care. But yeah, like if it's just your typical cheap ass steak, oh yeah, they're fucking cooking that shit well done. Because if they bring me a plate full of fat, like I'm gonna throw that bitch at somebody.
Well, I like medium rare and then medium. It really depends. I feel like a lot of chefs don't know how to properly do it.
I mean, a lot of places just don't give a shit about the cuts of the meat they give you either. But yeah, no, I mean, a lot of chefs really don't know how to cook. I mean, you gotta think most of these cooking that's done nowadays is technically by what they call line cooks, which is basically like one person literally has one job and then it gets passed to the next person.
Oh, that's explains why sometimes your food get cold, but the plate be hot because they put it in microwaves. I've seen it in Kitchen Nightmares that certain restaurants do that.
That they do what?
Literally, like, let's say like you cook the steak, I cook the mashed potatoes, and somebody else cooked the green peas. But literally, I fucked up on the mashed potatoes. So, of course, while I got to fix the mashed potatoes, everything get cold again. So then for them to reheat it back up, they put it in the microwave. And then they put it in the microwave, but then the plate be hot. But then, of course, if you don't do it the correct way, the food still be cold.
Fuck you, now you're just making me think about all the restaurants I've eaten at lately. And about how whenever they bring me the plate, it's like stupid hot. And I'm just like, why? I'm like, why is my plate like burning hot?
Well, it depends. Like sometimes it could be burning hot because they just made the food and they put it on the plate. And sometimes it could be just microwave and they just reheat up the food. Because you got to think about some places. Like if you go to like that's why I like going to mom and pop stop stores. They literally cook in front of you and you see them just cooking it. Because some stores is like, it's like a decent store. A lot of that stuff is pre-made.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I forget. I'm trying to think what restaurant it is. Oh, there's a couple of them, but like if the steak has like stuff in it, a lot of like the places can't remove the shit that's in it because it actually comes pre-packaged, and I'm just like, that's fucking nasty.
Probably Applebee's, something like that, like a chain type restaurant.
Yeah, it was one of those kinds of restaurants. But yeah, because I don't like a lot of stuff in my steak. Like I like my steak just as it is normal, maybe with some little bit of seasoning on it. Mostly because I want to know what my cow tastes like.
Completely understand. Most of the time when I eat steak, I have to have it's either steak, mashed potatoes, or steak, mashed potatoes, and like broccoli, something like that.
Yeah. But I suppose we'll go on to our teacher that got beheaded.
Well, I still feel sorry. Before we leave that, I still feel sorry for that guy because you got to think about it. For him to go to a birthday party and for him to be embarrassed in front of everybody, like, I'm still sorry for that couple that had to deal with that.
Oh, I mean, I feel bad for him too. I mean, I'd be pissed. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I always make sure that none of the restaurants I go to have dress codes.
Well, I don't even care about dress codes. I just feel more fucked up there. It's like, just think about if me and you go out and then they kick me out for wearing shoes, but you wear the same shoes. And then we both were spending our money. And they were like, I don't know, to me it just sounded like they felt like the black people money wasn't worth everybody else's money.
I mean, of course. That's how a lot of people feel. I mean, it's just a typical race thing. I mean, shit, look at how some of the restaurant owners and shit walk in. Like, I mean, even the nail salons and shit like that, whenever you go in, they'll sit there and talk shit about you, and they don't realize that, especially with modern day technology, like, shit, I can turn on my fucking Google Translate if I have a general idea from where they're from, and I can figure out exactly what they're saying to me.
I mean,
or about me, I guess I should say.
I mean, I think soon they better come out with a headphones that pretty much, if somebody say something in a different language, it's automatically translated to the language you want to speak in. So let's say somebody say something in Russian, it'll automatically detect Russian and then translate it to English.
Yeah, I mean, they've been working on it. It has some flaws. I actually just watched an episode with James May in Japan, and he was testing out one of the new versions of that. And like he was saying stuff, and all the Japanese people were just fucking laughing at him because like what it was translating back to Japanese was not what he was really saying.
Oh.
So yeah, so like he was with a bunch of like younger kids. I guess I shouldn't say kids, but I would say probably like in their 20s. But like they were all laughing at him. Like it translated what they were saying fine.
Yeah.
But like what he was saying back was not right.
Well, like I said, it's going to take some time to perfect it.
But yeah, hopefully this guy doesn't have to experience that shit again, and hopefully they'll not discriminate.
What probably going to happen, like you said, the store going to get shut down in a month, say underneath new management, and pretty much keep going from there.
I mean, especially if they got that damn COVID money.
So, of course.
You know. But yeah, so a teacher was beheaded in France.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I'm like, that was the headline of the article. I was like, damn. So apparently it was all over the teacher showing characters of Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah.
I believe is how you pronounce that all. But yeah, so apparently some older, it's not really older, but a teenager got mad and decided to find the teacher, and he paid two of the students that went to that school. Like, it was like under $500 a piece.
$355, and I only get paid $415.
Yeah, so I mean, again, like I said, under $500, and I mean, they pointed out exactly which person the teacher was to the guy, and beheaded him. And apparently, there was actually more people involved in the whole thing.
There was 9 people. And then the people that, the other 2 that got found was a 14 and 15-year-old. And then, of course, one of the kids in the class set him up. But the stupid part was, like, one of the kids who killed him, he was from Russia. He literally posted the teacher head, like, he got his head cut off, clearly. But he literally posted it on Twitter, showing the teacher head with his head cut off.
Yeah, that's a little psycho. I mean, I don't know how their laws are over there, but I know in America, if you did some shit like that, you could probably get away with it. I mean, you'd still probably have to go to, like, the psycho place, but, you know, other than that, I mean, like, give it 2 or 3 years, I mean, you could probably get away. Just claim insanity.
I mean, well, not only that, well, I don't think it's going to work, because literally, the guy who cut off the guy's head claimed that his father was a Islamic radical father who also getting charged because he drove the kids to the house and then bought the kids the weapons.
Damn. Oh, that's a fucked up family, isn't it?
Yeah, and not only that, like, I mean, I guess the only good news from this story for Samuel Paty, that's the teacher who died, family, is that the teacher received the highest civilian honor in France called the Legion of Honor. And then pretty much the Prime Minister said there's no way cowards like this should be allowed in France.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely on the crazy part. That's saying the least. But, I mean, that's not the only problems apparently they're having in France at the moment.
I mean, but I still think it's crazy that a teacher, like, literally from showing that one thing, drove kids to, like, literally want to dehead him.
I'm trying to remember. There was another story similar to this. I'm not sure if the teacher died or not, but I know there was, like, a huge ordeal about another teacher showing this same thing, or at least something similar along the Prophet Muhammad thing.
No, I remember, I don't know if you watched the show South Park.
It's been a long time.
South Park, like, literally, South Park was going to make, like, an episode, because, you know, South Park do whatever the fuck they want. South Park was going to make an episode showing the Prophet Muhammad on live TV, and literally freaked out, like, everybody, literally, like, Christians and Muslims, and everybody was, like, making a big deal. And then, of course, guess what South Park did?
Aired it anyway?
They aired it, but, like, literally they just had, like, you know how, like, when a girl naked, just, like, a big black thing?
Yeah.
So pretty much, like, they said
they censored it.
Yeah, I feel like they was gonna do that to begin with, just put a big black thing right there, so that nobody could, cause, like, you can't really. Jesus, I feel like Jesus, they have paintings for him, but I don't know if they have paintings for Muhammad.
I don't know. I'm not really sure. I mean, it's not really a big subject I've ever looked into, to be honest.
I'm not trying to talk about anybody's religion, but I just really don't know how the Prophet Muhammad looks. So, I mean, I kind of understand, like, how would everybody feel if South Park did do that, actually post. Because who knows, maybe, you know, South Park, they probably would try to make fun of it, and if that's my religion, I feel some type of way about it.
Yeah, I mean, I would too. Yeah, no. So, France is apparently still having other issues with ISIS, right?
Yeah. Islamic extremists.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I want to say the same thing, but I don't know. But, you know. Yeah, so apparently the UK is raising their terror level, which to me is ridiculous because they're trying to say that they're raising it based on something that happened in another country.
I mean, one thing happened in France, one thing happened in Australia.